Day 19 of the Young Thug YSL RICO trial had some funny moments. Co-founder of YSL Slug testifies again, and Shannon Stillwell's lawyer gets him to completely contradict his plea agreement. Also, Young Thug's lawyer Brian STEELE shows videos of LeBron James and Snoop Dogg throwing up gang signs for entertainment. A lot of the defense lawyers today get to come up and cross-examine Slug, and boys, they're entertaining. Buckle up, hit subscribe right now, follow me on Instagram right now. Love you boys, here we go.
Friday the 2nd, because Ms. Love and Ms. Hilton, you'll need to notify the media.
So the state filed a motion to block the live streaming of the faces of witnesses, like Tick. They just want it to be audio only because apparently some of them have gotten threats online. You know, I wouldn't really take it serious unless something actually happened, but threats online, I mean, everyone gets threats online. I get threats online. Everyone does. I'm sure there are some scary threats out there, but I'd say 99.9999999% of them don't ever come to fruition. But the judge has scheduled it for February 2nd when they're going to go over that motion. All right, so I believe Thug's lawyer right here, Brian STEELE, is going to start cross-examination on YSL Tick or Slug. First look at Thug today, yawning like always. He's tired. He's sleeping in a cell that they don't turn the lights off for him. We are not looking at LeBron James wiping his nose, bro. That's what that was.
Mr. Stevens, do you recognize the person who's going around the circle of Mr. Williams, number 15A?
Yes.
And who is that person?
LeBron James.
And did you hear him say, or did you see him rather, do something with his hand that's similar to what is depicted in Mr. Williams 15?
Yes.
And what did he do with his hand?
Right across the nose.
And is that similar to what's in the indictment, the allegation that Mr. Williams?
Objection, Your Honor.
I sustain that objection.
Is it identical?
Objection, Your
I sustain
Honor.
that objection.
Is the indictment show that I showed you last week, if you need to see it again, I'll show it to you, of Mr. Williams wiping his nose, was that an overt act in count one?
Yes.
Same thing that Mr. James
Objection,
did.
Your
I
Honor.
sustain the objection.
He's trying to get a point across that this is entertainment, and LeBron's doing the same thing that Thug is charged with as an overt act.
Mr. James said as he wiped his nose and he was going around.
Yes.
What did he tell the jurors what he said?
Slime.
And is that similar to what you have been speaking about, the word slime?
Yes.
Objection is too similar to what this.
I sustain the objection. It's the form. You can rephrase.
Have you been asked about by the prosecution, has that been charged, the word slime?
Objection, Your Honor, as to compound question.
I sustain the objection. It's the form. You can rephrase.
Have you been asked by the prosecution about the use of the word slime?
Yes.
Same word that LeBron James used.
Yes.
Is there something sinister to you with the use of the word slime?
No.
You already explained to the jurors that this comes from, according to you, a song by Mr. Carter or Lil Wayne. Is that what you said last week?
Yeah. Sir, could you speak up, please? Or speak into the microphone? Yes.
And the wiping of the nose, is that anything sinister that signifies some sort of gang on Cleveland Avenue?
No, we only did that for like we was smoking weed, and that's to say your weed loud. We put our finger on our nose.
And do you know whether besides Mr. James, other actors do that? Have you seen other people do
Your
that?
Honor, I object as to the form of the question.
I sustain the question.
Have you seen other basketball players do that same movement?
Yes.
Have you seen professional football players do that?
Yes. Mr. Stevens, please speak in the microphone. Pull yourself up as close as you can to the mic. Speak in.
I wasn't even answering it.
Huh?
I wasn't answering the question.
I know, but we're
Oh, you talking about,
having a hard time. That's much better. See, everybody can hear you.
I got you.
Okay, all right.
Judge getting mad as hell at this man for not talking to the microphone. Bro, you could just tell this man is so over being here. He does not want to be there anymore.
Here on your direct examination, just show the ladies and gentlemen jury a blood gang sign. Do you remember something like that demonstrating that?
Yes.
Do you know what a crip gang sign looks like?
Yeah.
And could you, if I asked you, show the ladies and gentlemen jury what that looks like? And you made a motion with your right hand, and what type of letter did you make?
I see.
All right.
This trial is crazy, bro. We got a man on the stand who is a blood throwing up Crip signs to show the jury right now.
What a crip walk is.
Yeah, I heard about it.
Okay. And would you recognize a crip walk if you were shown it? Or if you saw it?
Yeah.
Okay. And tell ladies and gentlemen jury what a crip walk is.
I think it's a dance.
What generally a crip is known for. What is it?
What crip known for?
Yeah, what is it?
Oh, colors?
Okay.
A blue color?
What color?
Blue.
Okay, blue. And what is a crip? If somebody's a member of the Crips, what type of organization is it? Is it a gang?
I don't understand.
If somebody said that they're a member of the Crip, would you believe that to be a gang? If they're a Crip?
They say they're a member of Crip.
And is that a gang? Would you refer to it as a gang? If not, that's fine.
Organization gang, I don't know.
I couldn't hear you.
Come on, bro. He playing dumb. You know Crip is a gang.
Organization?
Okay. Did you ever see the Super Bowl halftime show from 2022 with Snoop Dogg?
Yeah.
And tell ladies and gentlemen jury what you remember Snoop Dogg doing, what colors he was wearing, if you remember.
Blue?
Okay. And tell ladies and gentlemen jury whether you noticed that Snoop Dogg, well, who is Snoop Dogg? Tell ladies and gentlemen jury if you know.
Entertainer?
Well-known?
Well-known entertainer.
Performed at the Super Bowl?
Yes.
During that performance, did Snoop Dogg, did you notice, display a hand gesture similar to yours, showing a C or a crip gang sign?
Phil Snoop Dogg, 9 times 10 he did.
Okay. I'd like to play the sound and the entirety.
Have you seen the entirety of it? Would you? All right, why don't you just? How long is it? Just come on up here and listen to play. And screen it. This would have been nice for you to do before we got in here this morning, Mr. Steele. So please, in the future, don't do this to all of us, okay? Okay, sir, I'm talking to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is not professional.
Judge getting mad at Thug's lawyer for not figuring out this video beforehand, apparently, and showing it to the prosecution. I believe it's Snoop Dogg crip walking at the fucking Super Bowl halftime. That's what is in court right now. Snoop Dogg crip walking during the Super Bowl halftime show. Look at this. There's the C right there. This is crazy that this is in court right now for YSL. A lot of people see these viral clips like this of Snoop in there and they're like, what does this have to do with Thug? They like think that it's the prosecution bringing these clips in, but no, it's Thug's lawyer trying to defend him, showing that it's entertainment. There's the crip walk right there, yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm a civilian. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that looked like a crip walk to me.
When a performer known by?
Yes, Snoop Dogg.
What the gentleman who you identified as Snoop Dogg in the blue is doing with his left hand at that.
Making a C.
Okay. And is that similar to the C that you showed the ladies and gentlemen jury earlier?
Yes.
And tell the ladies and gentlemen jury what that dance signifies.
A crip walk.
All right.
Dance.
Identify Jeffrey as a performer. What's his performer's name?
Young Thug.
And do you know, if you do know, what, if anything, Thug stands for?
Yeah.
Oh, he's going for the truly humble under God thing again.
Truly humble under God.
And is that something that was personal or is personal to Jeffrey?
Objection. Speculation.
I sustain the objection.
Do you know whether that is personal to Jeffrey?
Objection. Again, he can't speak to his mindset.
I sustain the objection.
Thank you, Mr. Stevens. Your Honor, I have no other questions at this time.
Okay.
That's it. So Thug's lawyer's done on cross. Prosecutor objected to any of the truly humble under God thing. I mean, that's just kind of funny, let's be honest. So we got Shannon Stillwell's lawyer right here coming up.
Do you know Shannon Stillwell?
Yes.
And you identified him in court weeks ago, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you grow up together with Mr. Stillwell?
No.
You said that you were raised on Cleveland Avenue, correct?
Yes.
To your knowledge, was Shannon raised on Cleveland Avenue?
No.
To your knowledge, you spoke a couple weeks ago about people being members of Rock Crew. Did you ever know Shannon Stillwell to be a member of Rock Crew?
No.
Know him to be an associate of Rock Crew?
I already answered it.
Have you been guilty of some crimes in the past?
Yes.
Once you were charged with the indictment, you were able to become familiar with the indictment, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And you were charged in count 1, which was the RICO, conspiracy to violate the RICO Act, correct?
Correct.
Okay. But also, as part of the indictment, it alleged several past crimes that you committed, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It involves you allegedly, and you pled to this, committing aggravated assault on a police officer.
Yes.
Are you familiar now?
Yes.
There was a stolen car in the apartment complex that day. Are you now aware of that?
I don't know.
Did you know that on that day?
No.
Did you know anything about a stolen car?
No.
Did you take any part in robbing someone or carjacking someone in Noonan, Georgia?
No.
And you were never charged with that, correct?
No.
Why did you take note of that car?
Acting weird. They had on black hoodies. They was just being weird.
Were they wearing police uniforms?
No.
Okay. What were you concerned of?
My safety. My safety. I was 7 at the time and I was trying to protect my money, me, and my...
I know you said they weren't wearing police uniforms. Did you know they were police at the time?
No.
So this is when he flashed a gun to undercover police. He didn't know it was police. Oh my God. And then they got into a stolen car that apparently he didn't steal. Someone else stole it. Like there was people with him, like 3 or 4 guys.
I pulled out my gun and placed it on my side of my leg.
How did you know it was police then?
Cause he had a walkie-talkie in it.
Happened. Before you realized it was the police, did you ever point the gun at either of them?
No, I never pointed the gun.
You said you were concerned about being robbed, victim of an armed robbery by these unknown men, correct?
No, I had all type of signs.
Did this have anything to do with a gang?
No.
Okay.
Good questions right there by the lawyer, separating this incident from YSL as a gang, as the enterprise.
I didn't stand my ground. I took off running.
You said you did not stand your ground?
No.
Did this case have anything to do with any of these men seated out here?
No.
Were any of them present at the apartment complex with you?
No.
Did this case have anything to do with Rock Crew?
No.
Did it have anything to do with YSL?
No.
And it's an overt act in this YSL case. Isn't that kind of crazy? He's on the stand. He could be lying, you know, you never know. But he's on the stand saying this has nothing to do with YSL as a gang, but it's listed as an overt act.
Were you charged at that time?
Yes.
You accepted responsibility?
Yes.
You did your time for that case?
Yes.
Did the state ever charge you with gang charges regarding this incident?
No.
Did they ever charge you with RICO or conspiracy to violate RICO back in 2013?
No.
It wasn't until 2022 that the state made out those allegations that this was related to a gang, correct?
Yes.
All right. When you were selling, would you describe it as large amounts or more smaller hand-to-hand transactions?
Who, mine?
Yes.
Man. Nickel and dime.
Did you have a specific spot where you sold, or did it change from time to time?
Yeah, it changed.
That you have sold before at a couple of the gas stations in Cleveland Avenue?
Yes, sure.
Are those the only places you've ever sold?
No.
Is it fair to say that there were hundreds of dealers that had sold at each of those locations throughout the years?
Yeah, you can say how many, yeah. I mean, yes.
I think what he's going for here is that this wasn't YSL territory. Like, it wasn't like their own territory. Like, anyone could have sold at this gas station. He's trying to really separate that YSL was this big gang enterprise, I believe.
Is it a situation where you're the only one selling at that gas station at that time, or are there other people also selling? Guess what?
Yeah, other people.
Other people. And are we talking about other people that are working with you, or other people that are doing their own hustle at the same time as you?
Yeah, other people that are doing their own thing.
You don't have exclusive rights to these gas stations.
No, how?
Other people can come and sell there as well, even if you're already there.
Yeah.
The gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you've already acknowledged that you sold there, correct?
Yes.
From what you're telling us is true, that the gas station at 151 Cleveland Avenue is a location where YSL associates sell, correct?
Yes.
This statement number 12, does it say only YSL associates are allowed to sell at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Okay, if it said only YSL associates are allowed to sell at 151 Cleveland Avenue, would that be true?
Objection, Your Honor, it's debating this.
Did you know people who have nothing to do with YSL that have sold at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
Yes.
He is going for the territory thing here.
Does harm come of them when they sell at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Is that a location where only YSL members are allowed to sell?
No.
If someone who is not at all associated with YSL or Rock Crew or anything else sells there, does harm befall them?
No.
What did you sell?
Now he's gonna get into it being a personal crime, not a YSL gang crime. Like, he's just trying to make money for himself, not for the gang.
Wow, too lazy to get a job.
Does it go back to what Mr. Steele, Attorney Steele, was asking you a couple weeks ago about wanting fast money as opposed to earn the money? Okay, approximately 2 weeks ago, that you never gave Jeffrey Williams any money. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, and that includes any of the proceeds you got from selling, correct?
Yes.
You never gave any of that to Jeffrey?
No.
Okay. Did you have any agreement with any of these gentlemen in the courtroom to split money or share proceeds from selling your?
No.
Who got the money from you selling your?
Me.
See, that's really good testimony because it takes away the idea of these drug dealers out on the streets giving Thug the money because he's the head mob boss.
Was it your own individual decision?
Yes.
Did anyone put you up to it?
No.
Did anyone tell you to stand at 151 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
What about 221 Cleveland Avenue?
No.
Did you sell to increase the notoriety of YSL?
Yes, I did.
To increase the notoriety of YSL? That was your purpose?
Yeah.
Okay, how does that increase the notoriety of YSL?
I already answered your question.
See, he has to agree to that because that's in his plea, but he doesn't even really think that's true because he just basically admitted that he did it for his own personal gain. It wasn't for YSL at all. Like, he's just agreeing to that in his plea to get out.
Do you know what I mean by notoriety?
I said, it made me look good. It made me look like I was getting money. I said, I was though.
See, that just made him look really bad. It's a W for the defense.
You sold to increase the notoriety of you. Okay, now I'm going to ask you, did you sell it to increase the notoriety of anyone else?
What? I did those things without permission, without anybody saying it, but that was why I was doing it though.
To do what?
Increasing my rivalry.
Of who?
Of YSL. But anybody tell me to do it though?
You weren't doing it for any of these gentlemen here, correct?
No.
It was for you.
Yes.
No one told you to do that, correct?
Correct.
People could see that you were making money even if it was illegal money?
Yes.
Is that what you mean by notoriety? It was giving you notoriety as
That's
someone?
exactly what I meant. But you knew I meant that though.
Okay, well, I'm just trying to make it clear. So, were you doing that for any of these gentlemen?
No.
Were you doing that to increase any of their reputations?
No.
It was personal for you, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
It completely contradicts his plea. This lawyer's doing a really good job on cross.
In some of these cases, which you pled to, that was personal to you, correct?
Yes.
Your decision.
Yes. I mean, yeah, I'm saying, is that bad?
Well, this was taken, we're going to talk about this back in a second, but what I'm asking you is on July 3rd, that were in that car, were they in a bag identical to this?
Yes.
Okay, whose bag was this?
Mine.
Individually wrapped inside a cloth bag that looked exactly like that. That was yours, correct?
Yes.
An idea of what the street value of that money you had in that bag was?
And they were like $10 for each one of them.
So maybe $340 total?
Maybe.
Did that have anything to do with any of these gentlemen back here?
No.
Okay. Did that have anything to do with Rock Crew?
No.
Did that have anything to do with YSL?
No.
Back in 2015, when the state charged you for this crime, did they charge you with any gang crimes?
No.
Did they charge you with RICO conspiracy at that time?
No.
You pled guilty to the charges that you were charged with, correct?
Yes.
You took responsibility and did your time, correct?
Yes.
And it wasn't until 2022 that the state alleged that any of this was gang-related or part of some RICO, correct?
Outstanding objection.
Bro really has gray hair at age 30-something, bro. That's great. Stressing. That's what stress does to you right there, man.
And where was Shannon in your car?
Backseat.
Okay. And you pled to the in this case?
Yes.
And you pled to the gun in that case, correct?
Yes.
Those that were in that handbag under the passenger seat, those were your...
Yes.
Did Shannon have any ownership of those in any way?
No.
Did anyone else here own those in any way?
No.
Did anyone have a claim to the proceeds of those other than you?
No.
Separating the incident from YSL, and it's just a personal incident. His own client is Shannon. He was in the car, so he's trying to make Shannon look good too.
2015, the state never charged you with gang crimes in this case.
No.
They never charged you with a RICO conspiracy in this case.
No.
And as part of this plea agreement, you were allowed to go home.
Oh, yes.
Mr. Stevens, do you have any legal training, you personally?
No.
Did you type them up?
No. District Attorney, Atlanta Judicial Circuit.
You had to initial all the acknowledgments, correct?
Yes.
For the plea to go through?
Yes.
For you to go home?
Yes.
3 or more, that was it your words or whomever wrote the document?
Whoever wrote it?
I think he's trying to get across that he didn't write this document and the DA did, and he was just signing anything to get out of jail.
Do you go around, in your everyday life and use the word common identifiers a lot?
No.
Are those even terms you use, common identifiers?
No.
Okay. When you were committing crimes, those were for your benefit, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. This is a-
That's answered. Outstanding objection.
I have nothing further.
Mr. Schardt just did an amazing job on Cross, separating all his crimes from YSL as a gang, making him contradict his plea and his testimony. Lil Rod's public defender is coming up to cross-examine, and she was the same public defender that wanted to get paid more because she knew it was going to be a long trial, and that she said she was going to have to start her OnlyFans to make enough money for the trial.
Good afternoon, Mr. Stevens.
That wasn't a joke. She actually said that publicly.
So on January 4th, you said you didn't know Mr. Ryan, right?
So I ain't knowing that well.
Okay. So you never hung out with him in the neighborhood?
No.
You never called him?
No.
You never DM'd him?
No.
You don't know him personally?
No.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
I mean, short and sweet, but she's getting the point across that they didn't know each other, and this has nothing to do with him. But I mean, you could call that lazy, kinda. Now Huey's defense lawyer right here. This is Huey. He did some armed robberies.
And their wishes were met. Your bond was denied, wasn't it?
Yes.
And you continued to sit in jail for that period of time, correct?
Yes.
You sat in the jail for many days after that, right?
Yes.
Many weeks after that, right?
Yes.
And some months, right?
Yes.
During that period of time, you were scratching your head trying to figure out how it was that you couldn't get a bond, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Mr. One vote is in.
You could not get out of jail, and then at some point, the plea agreement came forth, right?
Yes.
It states that defendant cannot truthfully assert that anyone charged in this indictment is not guilty of the crimes as alleged in this indictment. And defendant, you're the defendant that's in this document, right?
Yeah.
That you, the defendant, Trontavia Stevens, will make no attempt at trial, prior to trial, or after trial, to exonerate or exculpate anyone charged in this indictment of the crimes alleged in this indictment, and that defendant, still being used, will not claim that anyone on this indictment is not guilty of the crimes as charged in this indictment.
That's a crazy statement for him to agree to. Shout out Thugger Daily for supplying this. So what it says is, defendant cannot truthfully assert that anyone charged in this indictment is not guilty of the crimes as alleged. So he can't say that anyone is innocent at all, obviously. And defendant will make no attempt at trial, prior to trial, or after trial to exonerate or pay anyone charged in this indictment of the crimes alleged in this indictment. Defendant will not claim that anyone on this indictment is not guilty of the crimes charged. So since he can't outright say anyone is innocent, the prosecutor was up there asking him questions. He can't even say something if he thinks it's true because he already agreed.
I can't say nobody guilty or not guilty.
That you can't come into this courtroom, and that you can't come into this courtroom and say to this jury that anyone in this courtroom, anyone that's sitting in this courtroom as a defendant, you cannot tell this jury, even if you knew that they were
Objection,
not
Your Honor.
guilty.
Mischaracterization.
Outstanding objection.
How is that a mischaracterization? That is literally what he can't say. It's that they're innocent, even if he thinks that they are. You already made him agree that they aren't. Isn't going up and testifying about telling the 100% truth? The state isn't even letting him do that, if you think about it.
That paragraph says that you cannot truthfully say it, even if you wanted to say it, correct?
Yeah.
And you cannot claim that anyone is not guilty, correct?
Yeah.
You can't do it before this trial ever started, right?
Right.
You can't come in here now and say it, correct? And when you leave, even after this trial is over, you can't even come back later and say that anyone was not guilty who sits in this courtroom, correct?
Yes.
Mr. Huey, I think you testified that you knew him from playing basketball at the court. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. That was pretty much it. Is that right?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So he only knew his client from playing basketball with him, apparently. And now Yak Gotti's lawyer is going to come up.
Mr. Kendrick in elementary school. Is that correct?
Yes.
And Mr. Kendrick was not a member of Rock Crew, correct?
No.
Mr. Kendrick wasn't raised on Cleveland.
No.
Your plea deal doesn't mention Mr. Kendrick's name at all, correct?
Yeah.
Was Mr. Kendrick there selling drugs with you?
No.
And when you were selling at 151 Cleveland, was Mr. Kendrick selling?
No.
Okay, I have no further questions. Thank you, Your Honor.
A lot of these lawyers are making it short and sweet today, just trying to get the point across that their client has nothing to do with the crimes he was charged with. It's all individual. It's not a big gang enterprise. It's good for the jury to see this because they're going to start getting confused. Like, what the f are we doing? Like, if I was on this jury, I'd be like, all right, this is f***ing confusing at this point. I am lost. All right, now the prosecutor's going to do some redirect.
A number of questions about the color blue. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Are there Crips that are members of YSL?
Yes.
Is Gunna a Crip?
Yes.
Is Duke a Crip?
Yes.
Is Duke YSL?
Yes.
Is he a member of Young Slime Life, the gang?
Yes.
And what about Gunna? Is he a member of Young Slime Life?
Yes.
All right. Is Gunna's real name Sergio Kitchens?
Yes.
Is Duke's real name Martinez Arnold?
Yes.
Still truly humble under God. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Okay. Would you tell the jury, you were also asked by Mr. Steele about songs that the defendant Williams has written or rapped. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Let me go over the Crip thing just now. I may be missing a point here, but Slug's lawyer was just trying to get the point across that he was Crip walking for entertainment on TV, and it doesn't necessarily mean that he's, you know, a big gang member. That's what I thought the point was. She's trying to just say that there's Crips and Bloods in YSL. We already knew that. I'm not sure I understand that point from the prosecutor, but
How many of the defendant Williams songs talk about slime?
A number of them. A number of them.
How many talk about guns?
A lot of them. Man, some of them.
How many?
They talk about, yeah.
How many talk about?
A lot of them.
How many?
They do.
Okay, did you say a lot of them? Is that what I heard you say?
Songs. Just songs that mention.
Name one that talks about hurts. Push your P.
I don't recall.
You don't recall?
I mean, you want me to replay the song in my head or you gonna play it for me?
It was played for you, and you don't recall whether pushing P talks about pushing hurts.
If you play the song, I can let you know if it's saying something about Bert.
Fair enough. How many talk about the defendant Williams being truly humble under God?
A number of them.
Which one?
You gotta
Name one.
pay. You gotta pay attention.
Just name one.
You like giving me like rapidly time to think, but if you give me some time, I can think of one.
How much time do you need?
You gonna let me go replay some music?
I'm gonna let you just sit there and think. How much
I
time?
ain't gonna call cause you like doing how you doing
Is
it.
the answer zero?
No.
That's innocent.
she says the answer is 0. So she's trying to get the point across that all his songs talk about being a gang member and not being truly humble under God. There actually is a few tweets that Thug did like 10 years ago where he does do, like I saw one about swag. Like this is from 2011. Swag, someone who admires God. That's pretty interesting. Like he was tweeting some shit like that. You never know if that's really what his mind was, but his songs are about, you know, being a gangster.
Let me ask a better question. Can you think of a single song right here as you see it right now that talks about the defendant Williams being truly humble under God? One.
I'll rule the objection.
A number of songs on the last album, Pump, I was rapping Jules. He talked about God a lot in that one.
Okay. Please tell the jury what part of that song talks about the defendant being truly humble under God.
So in the beginning, he said, show me why I'm living, why am I remaining here? I know he wasn't talking about nobody but God.
Oh, wait, did he say the word God?
You right.
I didn't say anything. I asked a
I
question.
knew what he was referring to because can't nobody else show you why you living. Did he say God? But I knew that he was referring to God.
So he's talking about these lyrics right here where he says, tell me why I'm living, why am I remaining here? I was smoking Scotty, but not Pippin. That's actually a hard line.
Can you think of a single song where the defendant Williams raps that he is truly humble under God?
Not under these circumstances.
Did you have a job that day?
No,
When Mr. Steele visited you, was it at your request or did he come down on his own?
it wasn't. Yeah, it was at my request.
She's trying to get a point across that Thug maybe paid for his lawyer a few years ago right now for something else in 2021 or something.
And did you ask Mr. Steele to represent you?
Yes.
Did Mr. Steele end up representing you?
No.
Hold up. I just found, I don't know what song this is, but it's called Talk to God by Young Thug. Thug's lawyer needs to put this in evidence. Ain't talked to God in a minute, but I know he forgive me because I don't disrespect women and I take care of my children. But then it turns around and says gangster to the core right here. Never mind, bro. Don't put that in evidence, bro.
Were you given an opportunity by the state and your attorney, through your attorney, to change any part of this document that you found to be false?
I keep telling you, once I seen this exact paper, it was time to sign it. Like,
Okay, do you remember saying no? It was not the first day that you had seen.
no, when I signed it, wasn't the first day I seen. I said I had a number of days to sign it.
Why does she keep asking about the days of him seeing the document? He said several times it was like December 27th to December 29th. It was like a 2-day period. He was able to see the document and decide if he's going to sign it. I know she's trying to find him in a lie on this, seeing this document, whatever, but it's just dumb.
Were you aware then that you could have changed something?
Yes. Yes. What?
Now,
This man's funny as shit, bro. I know this is like a tit situation, but when he like gets confused or plays dumb, it's so good. All right, that's pretty much it. Apparently Tick is done. I don't think he's coming back. I'm not sure though, but I think his testimony is completely done. Some of the lawyers did pretty well on Cross, making him look like he was just doing it all for himself. It was individual, and he contradicted his plea agreement. Prosecutor didn't do the best on redirect right there either. She didn't really get across anything too important in my opinion. Kind of a good day for the defense. Pretty much, subscribe from Twitter, Instagram. Love you guys. Peace out.
Drink and